How's it going, guys? It's Bill. Today I'm gonna be telling you guys the story about how when I was 12, I got slid on by a teacher, and it's gonna take a little bit of explaining to get to there. So when I was in middle school, I went to what was voted as or whatever the most dangerous school in the district. I didn't really think that, but I guess that's just what the parents and people thought. I could bring up news articles in another story if you guys are interested, but still. And there I was like 12 years old in my biology class, and I was there, just with a lot of people that I don't remember, but the one person that I remember is my buddy D-Mac. I'm still friends with him to this day. D-Mac, if you're watching this, I love you. I know I usually say this isn't their real name, but D-Mac, like, that's his name, like, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and, like, change it. He's not gonna be, like, Devin or some shit for the story. That's D-Mac. So, go into our regular biology class, and a little bit of foreground here. These two girls in our class, like 2 days before, or the day before, had poisoned our teacher by putting eye drops in his drink, and they had served like 5 years for it. Unfortunately, this is a true story, and is also why we were on the news, and is also why we were voted such a dangerous or bad school. But yeah, so this substitute comes in fresh off of a teacher getting poisoned and possibly almost killed, and he also ended up quitting. So our mans comes in to substitute, and he's sitting there being a complete dipshit, kinda like, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it just is what it is. And I go sit in my regular seat, and Numbnuts McGee over here is holding the seating chart like upside down, like he's reading it upside down, if you know what I mean. So Captain Numbnuts McGee over here doesn't know I'm actually sitting in the right spot, and is giving me a little bit of work about it, but isn't really saying much outside of that because he's still trying to like bother the rest of the class into doing whatever or whatnot. So he's sitting there harassing these 12-year-olds because I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Like, the people that poisoned the teacher were not in the class anymore. They were in a jail cell. The good kids were the only people left. Like, the people that did not poison the teacher were the only people remaining in the class. So there's no point to like go in and treat the class like shit, because the people that poisoned the teacher are already not there. The people that like did the bad shit that caused that classroom to be in a bad situation are no longer there. Like, there's nobody in there to be mad at anymore. So he's like sitting there just bothering the hell out of these kids or whatever, and I guess it's my turn again, and he comes up to me and sits there and tells me to like move or some shit or whatever. And I'm just sitting there like, I mean, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm sitting in the right spot. Like, I'm more confused than anything because he's sitting there like coming up to me with like a clusterfuck of things to say, and I'm just sitting there like, what are you talking about? What do you mean I'm not listening to you? Like, what do you mean I'm being defiant? What? Like, what? I'm in my seat. What are you even talking about? Like, I'm like confused. Like, he's sitting there like, oh, so why are you not listening or whatever? I'm just like, wait, what? I'm just doing my, what? I'm a fat ass kid, and somehow big ass Mr. Man over here, whatever the fuck, pulls my ass up out the seat, and I like fall on my ass, but like exactly embarrassed because I'm like 12 years old and he's like a grown ass man. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, what now? Like, I just decided to sit on the ground because I'm just like, I'm thinking chess plays, not checkers. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm sitting on the ground today, now what? Like, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to be difficult because I'm 12, like, that's the only step, that's my problem resolution. It's either, okay, if you don't like how I present my first problem solution, I'm just gonna be difficult. I'm a typical 12-year-old. And honestly, once he just turns around, I'm just like, do I hit him with the chair like my friend did that one time? I will get into that story if you guys want to. Or do I just like leave? So I just like left, and a couple other people did, and we go to like the office room or whatever, and we're sitting there trying to tell them what happened. Like, all these people are sitting there like, yo, he just pulled this fat ass kid's chair from underneath him. It was kind of a big deal because he's a pretty big kid, and like nothing happened. Like, I guess we were supposed to like report it with our parents or something, but like my parents don't care about me, so nothing really was gonna come from that when I told them. So yeah, so we just get sent back to like one of those waiting rooms, you know what I'm talking about? Like, they always just have those intermittent rooms with like a counselor or something like that for kids that are like in trouble or just in between classes or something like that. And we're sitting in this like lounge room or whatnot, and we're just like talking. We're just like, yo, what the fuck was that? And none of us really knew what the fuck happened, and we never talked about it outside of that day. It was honestly one of the most astounding things I've ever seen in my life. Like, nobody ever acted like any of that happened. I think it's pretty hilarious because like me and D-Mac have been friends for probably like 6-7 years now. I don't know if I'm doing my math wrong, and I'm not gonna try to do the math, but I don't even think we've ever talked about this story besides like when we were sitting there in that counselor's room when we were 12. And I think that's pretty funny. But I mean, honestly, that's all there is to the story. Yeah, I got my ass fucking slid on by a teacher. Boy fucking slammed my little fat ass on the ground. I mean, what can my fat ass do? Waddle at him, like, you know? So yeah, this has been Bill. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for always giving me the time of day. I always appreciate you guys. You take care out there.